everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to walk through one of the paper issues challenges for February, and it was called the name game, and I put it there in the front of the video, and I'll try to link it in the description below. But you needed to take the first letters of your name and do a layout based on something for all the first letters. And Jessica, I did journaling and embossing and stickles and studio calico paper, ink and chipboard and adhesive. So I kind of felt like adhesive was a gimme, but at that point, I got to A, it was a lot. The other thing that I want to talk about is this chipboard that I used. So this is a really cute little picture. I don't know if y'all's high schools do this, but my daughter's high school always did a character day as part of the week when they celebrate the school. So like usually on homecoming week. And her best friend have always done unique characters. They did Wayne's World, they did Mario and Luigi, and this year they decided to do the characters from Monsters Inc. And I've had this picture. Actually, I helped her make that cute little monster shirt, Mike Wazowski. And I had this picture for a long time, and I've been meaning to scrap it. It's from like 2014, I think. And I just never had. And I was going through my supplies, and I found this old set of chipboard that I know I got off of QVC. And I must have got it off of QVC in the early 2000s. And it has like 9 by 12, maybe 6 by 12 sheets, and a whole stack of them of different chipboards. And the chipboards are just raw, and they're alphabets and shapes and different designs. And one of the designs was this Monsters Inc.-ish theme. Now, it's not Disney backed, so they're not the actual monsters. But it had the monster and the little girl and the bed and the monster eyes. And, my kids are in their 20s now, so I'm probably never going to use this. But I thought this would be a great opportunity just to get that chipboard out that I'll probably end up getting rid of if I don't use it on this layout, and just use it. But chipboard is really hard for me because it's brown and it's kind of boring. So what I want to talk about is all the different things that I did to make this chipboard kind of come alive. So the first one are the two characters. So on the Mike Wazowski, the green kind of monster, I used Nuvo drops, and instead I just used it to color him in. So it ends up getting this really cool kind of enamel texture. And then on the girl, I think it's Boo, it's been a while, I used stickles and markers. Now, I'm not totally in love with the little happy face, but after I did it, there was no going back. Then on that polka dots, which was also part of that chipboard sheet, it was just different stickles and Nuvo drops, and I just colored each one of the polka dots in to kind of give it some shine. You'll see me there putting googly eyes. So I have this huge package of googly eyes, and those of you that have had kids and have done crafts, you probably also have somewhere in your stash two things: a huge bag of googly eyes and a huge bag of pom-poms, right? I mean, we all had them because that's what we did for church crafts or for after-school crafts or just to play. And I found this bag and thought, it is going to be perfect. Well, actually, I had this monster and I thought, I want to find that googly eye pack. So I went and searched for it so that I could use those googly eyes on this page. So for the rest of the chipboard, so like for the eyes down there at the bottom and the pillow and all of the letters, I actually heat embossed. That's something that I saw Allie Edward do to the wood that comes with her different like December daily sets, and I tried it and I thought, oh, that's cool, and I wasn't sure if that was going to work on the chipboard because it's so porous, but I went ahead and used Versamark and I got it really wet, and then I put the first layer of enamel, the heat embossing on it, and it took 2 coats, but I just love how it turned out, and I end up with these really cute kind of enamel feeling stickers in white, and or chipboard in white, and I think that I'm going to actually keep most of my chipboard alphas now so that I can do that. It actually made me want to go out and buy some new enamel powder or embossing powder. So now you're just seeing me kind of glue everything down where I want it. This is not a complicated layout. It's 2 pieces of paper with some embellishments. And really the embellishments are what makes this page. And sometimes that's what you do, is you just find the right embellishments and it just tells the story. Um, for the bed down there, I used markers, and I also used markers on the legs and on her hair. And I just used some old Stampin' Up markers for most of the bed. But then to get that swirl effect for the bedspread, I used one of my stencils and a Nuvo mica mist. And I sprayed it through the mica mist and let it just kind of sit there to make the stencil pattern. So I was actually kind of able to play. I used markers and embossing and mists and stickles and Nuvo and googly eyes and all of that on this page to kind of make it come alive. And I'm going to say it's one of the most fun pages I've made in a long time. And it wasn't that hard, it was just fun. So it kind of reminded me that sometimes we should just get our supplies out and kind of play with them. So I'm going to save you the hassle of watching me glue down all of these letters. But my big thing was I wanted that whole title to be in there. I thought Too Cute to Be Scary was a perfect title for that. So I'm going to save you the hassle of watching all of that. You're also going to see me quite a bit just trying to get some of that embossing powder off. I have since purchased one of those little bags that you use to put on your paper, but I didn't have it then, and so that embossing powder got everywhere. So I'm going to glue down all the letters, and I think at this point I have 90% of the stuff glued down, so I've got almost everything on my page that spells out Jessica except journaling. And I really struggled with what am I going to do for journaling, because I have this really wonderful page and I don't really have a spot for a journaling card. So I just kind of looked and I decided, I'm going to utilize the lines that are there. So I end up just journaling to the left of the photo on the lines, and that worked out perfectly. Sometimes you just write right on the page. Because all of this was so heavy, every piece on this was heavy. The letters are heavy because they're chipboard. The googly eyes were actually pretty heavy. And I actually had to back the googly eyes individually on little baby pieces of foam so they would stick in the holes of the chipboard. So I have all of this, and I got real concerned that it wasn't going to stay together. So I used a lot more adhesive, hence the A, than I usually do. I'm a ATG person. I use my ATG gun most of the time for everything. I figure, most of the time they're going to be standing in a page protector. It's not the end of the world. But for this one, I went wet glue heavy. I got out both my big bottle of Scotch Fast Dry and my fine line bottle, and I stuck everything down. And you're going to see this was the test I did. I just picked that page up and I rattled it to make sure everything was going to stay. And I think it does. It's been about a week since I finished this page, and it's still all together. It's in a protector. And like I said, this was just a fun page to do. I really, really enjoy just the idea that I have some supplies that are over 10 years old, and I have some supplies that are brand new to me. I mean, embossing powder, I know it's been around. It's new to me. I just started embossing this year. And I was able to combine those and make a page that kind of put everything together. So hopefully you liked watching this process video. Like I said, it's a pretty simple page, but it's a lot of fun. And I hope it inspires you to kind of go through your stash and find those things that you've had that you haven't used and dig them out and use them in a new and unique way. So if you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and give me a comment and tell me what's the oldest stash you've used lately and how did you make it feel fresh and new. Have a wonderful day and enjoy scrapbooking. And until next time, I'm Jessica Scraps. Bye-bye.